Now, one of the other prayers that's very common, it's actually part of the 100 Requiem as the closing prayer, is Psalm 130. Depending on the Bible, it can be 129, but it's in Latin De Profundis, which is the Latin words for out of the depths. It's a beautiful prayer of somebody who's in the depths of pain, sorrow, and tragedy, turning to the Lord, asking that the Lord hear them from those depths. And it's easily applicable to the souls in purgatory because obviously they are in the depths of their own pain and suffering, and they also cry to the Lord for relief. But they have confidence, much like the psalmist, because they know that they will eventually go to heaven, even though they know that they are enduring their purgation at this time. So I leave it up to the person whether to pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet or the Chaplet of the 10 Virtues. I have on the pamphlet that is uploaded to the divinemercyplus.org, the 100 Requiem, even though I don't mention it explicitly in this year's podcast episodes, simply because it takes longer. But I'm always willing to encourage people to pray that whenever possible, in addition to the Divine Mercy Chaplet or the Chaplet of the 10 Virtues.
It has been really nice to hear your thoughts on the Holy Souls. Now, can you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself? How did you become a Marian father, and what role do you have right now in your ministry?
So, I originally entered at the Jesuits in 2005 because I went to a wonderful Jesuit high school in Houston, Texas. I left after a year of their novitiate, and their novitiate lasts for 2 years. And I felt simply that it wasn't the right fit. I knew and know many good and excellent Jesuits, but I had and still have a great devotion to Our Lady, the Rosary, Divine Mercy, the Holy Souls, and I actually had not even heard of the Marians. And so my novice master in our conversation at the end of my time commented that he did believe I had a vocation to the priesthood and even possibly to religious life, but just not to the Jesuits. And when I heard a CD by Father Donald Calloway, I was inspired not primarily by his story, which is wonderful in itself, but primarily at the end where he mentioned that the Marians pray the Rosary, the Divine Mercy Chaplet, and they intercede for the souls in purgatory. I thought that's a wonderful and perfect fit for me. And the rest is history. So I went to Franciscan University in Steubenville. I studied philosophy and discernment with the Marians. Then I entered. Then I completed my studies. And I've had the privilege of being all over the place. I've lived in the Philippines, Bolivia, Argentina, Poland. Right now I'm back in Steubenville as formator. So I am the one in charge of the novices who are just entering our religious community, discerning their vocation, as well as the seminarians, those studying philosophy and theology on the path towards the priesthood. So most of my time in my ministry right now is in-house, is taking care of them. We'll have 25 men in the house, and I try to do my ministry evangelization through media, so whether by writing or podcast or YouTube, so that I don't have to travel too much, so I can stay with the men during their school year.
And I want today to speak, as I invite you to join me, about the Catechism, since that is where we will be drawing the groups of the souls. If you turn to Catechism numbers 1030 to 1032, we will read about purgatory, about that final purification. It's not an easy topic to discuss because death itself, it also brings us a fair amount of fear.
Hi, this is Father Chris Alar, the Provincial Superior of the Marian Fathers here at the National Shrine of the Divine Mercy, and it's great to be part of the Rosary Hour podcast. Take out your notebook, grab a pillow, or just sit back and listen. This mini-series on the Rosary is an invitation for anyone dedicated to deepening the why behind our prayers. And with that intention, a chance to offer to the Mother of God a genuine desire for change of heart and return to God. Thank you and enjoy, and God bless you.
Visit rosaryhourpodcast.substack.com for updates.